morning, good afternoon, and you're welcome to another edition of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Otuayo Adediri, and with me in the studio this morning I have...
I'm Brochimi Orilua. Good afternoon, good morning to all our viewers wherever you are watching WYTV. Please keep watching WYTV.
Thank you to all our viewers out there. We are always staying glued to WYTV. Thanks to all our viewers out there. We're always staying glued to WYTV to get the latest news updates, good entertainment, whatever thing you need. Sure, trust me that you get everything on this platform. I want to thank our sponsor, Nokpa Abos, because even in this economy, for somebody to come out to say, let me keep on sponsoring this program.
They really
it's actually
tried.
A good one.
Exactly.
I would say a very big thank you too. And you can also be a sponsor of this show by calling the number 07010108549, or you can DM us. Whichever one you need, you can be a sponsor, and you can also advertise your product on WYTV. You know how we did on the show, bring to you news and read it to the top. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we continue from where we stopped. On Punch newspaper this morning, I have Tinubu may suspend import duties on food, drugs. Minimum wage. Finance Minister submits template to Tinubu today. Cooking gas export ban crashed domestic price. Marketers. 2027 elections will test the national anthem. On Vanguard newspaper, we have federal government's failure to make fresh offers stalls minimum wage talks. Anthony Joshua to fight winner between Fori Uzek rematch. Obedient movement not domiciled in any political party, Peter Obi. On Daily Post newspaper, we have 7 policemen, 4 others killed as bandits unleashed terror attack on Zamfara community. El Rufai, they left behind estates, malls for their children, but debt for poor masses. Sheikh Sani. These are the news that makes it top today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. The family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, the family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
So welcome back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa. They deal with Nokpa, Abba Mixture, Abba Cola, Abba Tonic, Abba Bitters, Abba Flusher, and Abba Energy Powder. Just send a DM or call the number. And you can also message us on our WhatsApp on 0701010859. So without wasting much of our time, straight into today's business. The first one I have here says, Tinubu may suspend import duties on food, drugs.
I believe they don't need to decide on this. They don't need to deliberate on this.
Yeah.
They would have done that before coming out to say may suspend. Because it was, yes, exactly. Now, you do know the price of drugs in the chemix today. When you say you want to buy ordinary paracetamol, do you know how much it's cost? Not to talk of food. It was like the president did not do his visibility study before coming on board. Because if he had done that, according to what he said when he was campaigning, I believe by now the whole Nigerians would have been clapping for the president.
Honestly, if you were to ask me, the first 3 months of this government, I thought everything would be a bed of roses, but they made us understand that this slide itself, it is not bed of roses. So you have to hustle till you make it. And even the little part of Nigerians that are hustling, it seems the government is not even giving us appraisal on the hustling that we are doing.
Exactly.
It's choking.
Maybe some set of people have been coming out to let them know, sir, if this thing persists, we may likely lose the coming election. That is why they are coming out now. In fact, I was so surprised.
I wish Nigerians will not say because we enjoy little of their benefits. to actually be good, there has to be there has to be up and down for a country like that, because Nigeria has been wallowing in abject poverty for a very long time. But we know I am sorry, I am not supporting anybody, but
yes.
In this case, we need to weigh the two options that we have on ground. If we were to check the party of the People's Democratic Party while they were in power, there was corruption.
Yes, exactly.
It was evident that there was corruption. But the poor masses are actually enjoying because while they are shoving everything into their pocket,
they are also giving out to the masses.
So for a poor mass to come out and say, you are not doing it, you would even think it twice before saying you want to do something. But now, since APC emerged as the president of Nigeria, that is during the tenure of Muhammadu Buhari, it has been from one to another and problem. Nigerians keep on saying, okay, we can still trust them because the process might be hard, but at the end of the day, we feel we would enjoy it. But as we say, Buhari used 8 years.
Buhari spent 8 years.
And people in Nigeria were still complaining.
Yes.
And now we still bounce back on APC change. But I think the mistake we made then was when they said APC change, we failed to ask, what kind of change
are you people going to bring to us?
Are you bringing a positive
because we did not even go into the details of the change.
And somebody came out, and this is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, telling us that I have come with a renewed hope agenda.
No,
but
let me bust your brain. Let me bust your brain. Last month, there was a rumor that, there was a word that came out from the presidential candidate of PDP that lost the election, Atiku Abubakar, that federal government still go ahead in subsidizing, paying subsidy for fuel. Then Wale Edu came out to deny the allegation against them. Now on today's, I think the Punch paper, where federal government came out clean that they were still paying subsidy.
Obviously.
On fuel. When you people say subsidy is gone, automatically, if the money that was used in paying subsidizing the fuel was withdrawn from the face of the subsidy, automatically we will be buying fuel nothing less than 2,000 naira per liter.
I was talking with somebody, I think it was 2 days ago or yesterday. The person was telling me, do you think it was Tinubu that removed the fuel subsidy? He said the only mistake Tinubu did was he just announced it. That full subsidy has been removed since the era of Muhammadu Buhari. And I had to sit down and think of it. So it was more or less like a bait. He fell into the trap and just came out. And if we look at his campaign promises, 2023, when he came out, removing full subsidy was not in his agenda.
Not until when Peter Obi said it.
Not until when the obedient candidate came
out to say that he's going to remove full subsidy.
So I think this one actually has something he wanted to do.
Let me ask a question.
I'm sorry, sir. He has something he wanted to do for Nigeria, but following that full subsidy, it was more or less like follow. He did not know this was how he was going to end.
Let me ask a question.
Okay, sir.
Is it truly this set of people are still subsidizing the price of fuel?
Sir.
Where's the money going to?
That's why I said.
Where's the money going to?
That's why I said when I was talking earlier. I said during the era of the PDP, they shovel money into their pockets, and at the same time, they pour it out to the. But what we see in this regime, if the truth should be told, what we see in this regime is, for me, myself, and I. That is what they're actually doing. Because if that is not the case, we have Yaya Bello. What is it?
Yaya Bello case is still in there. Nobody is saying anything about it now. He did not
do anything to the poor masses. He did for himself.
His
and
family, yes.
And we have all other people in politics that we cannot even mention them.
You know,
all they do is they just shuffle for themselves.
Male said
something. Still at it.
Male said something that join APC, your sin are forgiven.
That's it. So I know if I want to go into politics, the party I should go into is
the ruling party. So when I join APC, I'm coming for politics now.
I think I should also reconsider.
I will join APC, so all my sins, my talk will be forgiven. Yes.
The federal government may have set in motion a plan to suspend the payment of import duties on staple food items, drugs, and other essential items for an initial period of 6 months as a measure to curb inflation. That was a Punch report. This is contained in an executive order expected to be issued by the president titled Inflation Reduction and Price Stability Fiscal Policy Measures Order 2024. The document seen by our correspondent did not include the signature of the president, but was supposed to be signed in April. The document also includes plans to waive levies on fertilizers, poultry feeds, flours, and grains. Executive order will mandate the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank of Nigeria to devise a plan for offering low-interest loans to the agriculture, pharmaceutical, and manufacturing sector. The import duty and all those tariffs are to be suspended on the following for 6 months. Staple food items, raw materials and other direct inputs used for manufacturing, inputs for agriculture production, including fertilizers, seedlings and chemicals, pharmaceutical products, poultry feed, flours and grains. The document reads in part. So once they, it is under condition. It is May. They are not telling us that federal government has. So
they are still proposing.
We are still on conditional.
They should. Let me tell you this. You see, federal government, they are very sensitive and they know how to cajole.
They are very smart.
They are very smart. They know how to cajole people. Under maybe.
So they are raising
before
our
you get
hope.
to know, yes. Before you get to know, they believe when they say, okay, they are suspending this, they are suspending that. The people will want to be on their side. This is what you should have done at the initial stage. Let's go for this, let's go for that. Maybe that one will be, that one will go around the town. Before you get to know, they will just forget about it.
It is well. Federal government's failure to make fresh offer stalls minimum wage talk. I don't know where we are going to leave this minimum wage.
Let me tell you this. If I don't know why these senators, the Senate chamber, were so heartless to the extent in which they refused to yield to the voice of the labor and the TUC by adding to the salary of the workers. Now, yesterday, there was a bill that was passed that 300% increment should go out to the judiciary system. I don't know where, I don't know how we have come.
You know, that is why it was difficult for our judiciary system
to speak the truth.
Operate on IDs. You remember the NUJ, the Kayode Ariwola?
Yeah.
He came out, Minister for Justice, and he was telling the labor union that whoever embarked on strike, they are going to, according to Section 9,
Section this and Section, because they are
always.
Once
they come out and start telling us
different
we
kinds
don't know what the section is saying because I am not a law practitioner.
Odunayo, you can know what the law is saying. There is a book titled Know Your Right in Nigeria.
Yes, sir. I know my rights, but they are telling me that is not my right.
Because they are on the side. They are on their side.
Thank you very much. No matter how I sit down to,
if you go to a police station, they will tell you
my head into the book.
If you go to a police station, the police station, they will tell you a suspect cannot be delayed, cannot be detained more than 24 hours.
We have suspects that are using more than a week in the police station.
Even a month in the police station. When the lawyer comes around, they will tell the lawyer you can't bail them.
I have seen a case whereby I was the one who went to make a report, and I still had to pay.
You have to pay. That is the system.
Why is it like that?
Let me tell you this. If you are coming out to let the Nigerians know that, okay, you went to the police station, they asked you to pay. How can they ask you to pay?
Why should it be
a lot of people that are watching you will just say, okay, you don't mind this mumu, you don't know the system of Nigeria. What
I'm trying to say, I know this is what the system, but is that what the system is supposed to be?
The system is not supposed to be.
And it is written in all police stations, bail is free.
You have to pay.
You have to.
And there is a place you will sign here
that
they did not collect anything from your hand after paying. If you don't sign it, you are not ready to leave. So that is the system. The system has been corrupt right from the foundation of Nigeria. Do you know why they went ahead and say, okay, they want the independence by force? They don't want all these white people to rule us because they believe if they hijack the independence from all these white people, they will be in charge.
You know, this is a country.
Some of those things that those white men need to put in place before they hand over were not 100% 100% ready. Before this set of people came, we want this independent by force based on what they are going to harm from it.
Sir, do you know why we still have a lot of this criminal cases, criminal record persisting? It's because if something happens, okay, now fine, let's use this for an example. I was in my house and armed robber came to my house. They burgled it. I'm sorry.
One is another case.
I know it's another case entirely, but there are things we need to talk about.
Exactly.
So a thief broke into my house, and I was opportuned
to kill one of those thieves.
Sir, do you know I can actually go to court?
Exactly, you can go to jail for that.
Is it supposed to be?
Because they will screen you, they will ask you, how the hell did you know that person is an armed robber?
Already passed his territory.
No, you will
to my house at the middle of the night.
You will have a lot of answer to answer. You have a lot of you have a lot of questions to answer. Because of the Nigerian system that we are in. And let an armed robber comes into someone's house, for instance, now, God forbid, an armed robber comes into the house.
Kill somebody in that house.
Kill somebody in that house. Before you get to know, they will still tell you the investigation is still going on. Nobody will be apprehended for that. Except if that person in question was a famous guy in the society.
Now, Labour is coming out to tell you, we are working tirelessly. We need increments in our salary. Now you fail to even adhere to what the Labour are asking for. This is a country where I don't even know.
I was surprised.
I don't even know if it is a country that has law or it has law.
When I saw Akpabio's picture saying, slamming the Labour Congress of what they have lost, what Nigeria have lost within that 2 days of their strike. They are concerned about what they lost, but they are not concerned about what the Nigerians are going through.
Please, let's go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we continue from where we stop. I'm sorry about that. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Sweetheart. I can't afford to be late for this meeting.
Give me the same excuse every day.
I always tell you the truth every. You know I will never disappoint you. Everyone needs a hero like Nokpa.
After Nokpa,
it is always Nokpa.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break. That's our sponsor, Nokpa. Yeah, you were saying something
before we go on the commercial. Before we went on that commercial break, what I wanted to chip in was that there was a woman senator, I've forgotten her name. I think day before yesterday or 4 days ago, they were telling the Senate chamber, his colleagues, that they were celebrating 25 years of democracy in Nigeria, and that what are those things that needed to be celebrated in the Senate chamber? That the Nigerians are hungry. The whole country has been upside down. Then Akpabio said, I heard it clearly. Akpabio said, do you know that it was that democracy that brought you into that seat? The woman said, truly, democracy brought me into this street. We should be mourning, not celebration. Why are people dying? What are we celebrating? This set of people are those people that we were representing. They voted us here at least for their own interest, not for our own interest. Not until Akpabio said, are you done? Are you? Then the woman said, am I safe? That question has a lot of meaning.
That question, yes, it has a lot of meaning.
Nigi that came out to say that they pardoned the budget. Nigi was suspended. The lawyer Femi Falana came out that the Senate chamber don't have the right to suspend. Would you do that? According to the law of Nigeria, but they went ahead. You see, when you are being governed by some miscreants that feel they are above the law, you see, the country, that kind of country will never move forward, because under the law of Nigeria, nobody should be above the law.
I have somebody like this case. The person is not into politics, but you know, even in church, we run politics. I don't want to. I want to say, if you agree with me, there is politics in the church. Yes. And this person came out to say, the day I am being appointed as the bishop is an Anglican, that I should die.
That I should die.
He does not want to reach that position of being a bishop.
Being a bishop because of.
And I asked him.
Because of a lot of things.
I was opportune to see the person face to face, and he said it to my face. I was like, sir, this is one of the highest positions in the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion. And he said, have you forgotten that once they get to that seat, you can no longer tell them the truth?
The truth, okay, based.
So I would rather remain at
based
the
on
lower chamber.
Based on the godfatherism.
I would rather remain at the lower chamber than be in that seat and not be able to see the truth.
You remember some set of bishops that were being arranged.
No, those ones are not bishops. Because we
were being arranged to Abuja.
It is in them that we saw mechanic. It is
telling
in them that we saw
the old Nigerians that they were being endorsed by the Christian Association of Nigeria. Look at those bishops that was brought in. Nigeria, my country.
I was touched with what that person said. So I saw the way we have it in the church is the way we have it in politics. Somebody will tell you, for me to go into politics, I would rather sit at the grassroots and be doing my philanthropic work out just little by little, and nobody will see it.
Dele Farochimi came out came out on an interview with Chenwa Kimbaloyi that he stopped practicing as a lawyer some years back, and then he now asked, he said,
why?
Okay, why did you stop practicing? He said in this Nigeria that you can no longer speak the truth, that the truth has nowhere to be found in the judiciary system, that it cannot be in a place where somebody who is guilty will be justified.
And somebody that is not guilty,
somebody that was not guilty will be sentenced to jail. That they can no longer sit in that kind of seat where somebody who is guilty will be justified.
That happened because he has a clean conscience.
Yes, exactly the point.
We have lots that they don't care whatever happens.
You see, this set of people, immediately they emerge. Their conscience has been sold to the devil. Do you want to tell me somebody that went to the extent of killing his opponent to become what he was, or to become the ruler in a society? Are you telling me that kind of person will have the love of the masses in his heart?
The last but not the least, El-Rufai, Kaduna suffered banditry, and he said Kaduna left houses for their family members, and why they left debt for the poor masses. That was said by Shehu Sonny. What would you like to say about that?
No, that has been the system of Nigeria. When you look, it is not El-Rufai alone, it is not Kaduna alone. It happens all over the state. It happens all over Nigeria, and go to different states. Now, Fubara came out recently to talk about the debt that was being left by his godfather. Now, go to different states, you see them. A lot of people will put the state into an everlasting debt that they will not be able to come out from it. But one thing I do tell people, when I was arguing with somebody, you know, I live in Ogun State.
Yes.
I know much about Ogun State. I might not know much about their politics, but I know much about the development that is going on in Ogun State. When I was telling somebody about what Amosun did in Ogun State, the person now came out that Amosun that brought debt upon the state, that in the next 40 years that they are still paying the debt that Amosun left in the face of Ogun State. I now asked them, what about those people that left without debt? Even none of the governors that ever governed Ogun State that left without some debt. Now, and I asked him, Amosun compared Amosun's development with the present and the past governor of Ogun State. Once you are owing a debt, okay, for instance, now you went ahead to go and bought a land. Okay. After purchasing that land, you went to a block maker. You needed about 5,000 blocks. And the money that was there with you was about 2,000 that can only cover for 2,000 blocks. The man agreed to give you those blocks. And I paid the 2,000 You paid blocks. The 2,000 for blocks, and you started the building. Somebody now came and said, you built your house up to this. Yeah. How did you get the money? You said, okay, you went ahead of buying it on a credit. How come? Why would you build your house on credit? And the person replied, I built my house on credit, I built it on cash. What I'm owing credit for, whenever it comes around, I'm seeing it. Than for you to go to a beer parlor, you drank, you ate pepper soup, you do different kind of things. At the end of the day, they are telling you are still owing. The following day, you only feel the enjoyment right at that moment. The following day, the enjoyment is gone.
Whatever debt Amosu might have gone into in
we saw his development. We saw his development throughout the whole local government
and
in
if
the
we
state.
were to look at Nigeria itself, even Nigeria itself is in debt. But my own question is, for every state that has been going on to borrow one loan or the other, what did you use the loan for? We saw all the overhead bridges that was done in Ogun State. All those bridges were not there before. He came.
Yes, he came.
Both in Ijebu-Ode
and you are coming out to complain that Amosun put the state into
if we were to look at those that are actually complaining about Amosun's development and all that, about his debt and all
there
that,
were those set of people that they believe when Amosun gets there, he's going to award a contract for them, a contract that is going to be a friendly contract. At the end of the day, they will not be able to accomplish most of the contract here, most of the roads he did was being commissioned. And when you look at those roads, only those that he failed to finish that he didn't commission. Go to Ikenne when Daniel was there, the ex-governor Daniel, from Ikenne down to Shagamu. The road was completed there in Ikenne. Yeah. But when when you are driving from Ikenne down to Shagamu, in between the road down to Shagamu, it's bad. And Goodluck Jonathan came right there to commission the road that has not been completed.
It is well. Nigeria will work again. All right, we've come to the end of the show today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on our Facebook, on our YouTube, on our X accounts, Instagram, TikTok. You can also join the WhatsApp community on 07010108549. Let us know what is actually happening in your community. You can drop a picture of content, or you just send a video. We are ready to actually answer you whenever you send it to us. Thanks to our sponsor, Nokpa. I've also say very big thank you. Thank you, Ambassador Lura Lutin, for being in the studio. So we'll come again on your scoring tomorrow. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.